How would you like to create attraction with romantic partners instantly and easily? My name is Brendan Burns, and I show you how to get the life and love that you want. Hit that subscribe button now and let's get into it. In the Netflix show Love is Blind, singles attempt to find their match and fall in love without ever seeing each other face to face. This is the next video in my series of Love is Blind breakdowns where I show the voice-only flirting, polarity, and sexual chemistry that develops with a character named Barnett and various women on the show. Barnett is able to successfully pull women to him without even seeing his face, and I'm going to show you in this video exactly how he does it so you guys can do it too.
Oh God. Oh.
Hi.
Hey. Oh gosh. I didn't know you were in here. Nice snort.
God dang it, I gotta stop doing that. I told myself I wasn't gonna do that till like the second or third date.
Well, it was cute, so.
Well, thank you.
So much good stuff happens in that 19 seconds that I just showed you. Number one, Barnett owns this embarrassing situation. Rather than be awkward about it or apologize, he pokes fun at himself and he owns who he is and what he did. He's able to laugh about it with a little bit of self-deprecating humor, and he's able to sit in the spotlight and be totally fine with it, which also allows him to stay cool and emotionally collected enough to do the second thing, which is really important, which is he took the frame back. So the emphasis and attention was on him based on his grunting noise, but then this woman over here snorts while laughing at him. And instead of being quiet or awkward or still staying embarrassed or having anxiety about his grunting, he's able to poke fun at her in a playfully challenging way by saying nice snort. He shifts and deflects his grunt, and he's not afraid to call out the other person. A lot of people in dating situations have no problem being playful, but they have a really hard time being challenging. And it's important, especially if you're in a masculine role and you're looking to attract feminine energy in a relationship, that you're not afraid to have some fun with being challenging the way he does when he says nice snort. But then the third thing that happened in this 19-second clip is he gave an authentic compliment. He said, well, it was cute. And so he flips back from being challenging to being playful. So everything about the grunt noise that he made is totally forgotten, and he deflected everything into kind of making fun of her in a playful way, but then turning around and complimenting her. So all of the emphasis is off of him, and he's kind of challenging but being playful with her, and that's sparking attraction between the two of them, possibly without either of them noticing it.
Do you want kids, Barnett?
Do I have kids?
Do you want kids?
Oh yeah, I do, but.
Wait, do you have kids? That's a question too.
Not that I know of. No, I'm kidding.
I like it, okay.
When you have a sense of humor, you're able to not take things so seriously, and it will benefit you so much in any area of your life. Dating, relationships with an existing partner, even work situations or friend situations. And one of the reasons Barnett is able to just pull women into him is his jokes. So let's take another look at Barnett right now.
Are you clumsy?
Generally no, lately yes.
What about in bed?
Well, I ain't timid, that's for sure.
I've never had sex.
That's unfortunate. Next!
All right, so he continues to bring the sense of humor, which is great, but then on top of that, he also is bold and sometimes takes risks. So I want you to all start thinking about how could you take playful risks in dating situations, being a little bit more forward, especially if you want to kind of lead things and move things forward, which is more common in the masculine rather than the feminine energy of a relationship dynamic. And so what Barnett does a lot here is he's very forward, he's very open, he brings things like sex up pretty regularly, but then he circles back and he tries to bring humor in to diffuse the situation, and he doesn't do this too much in the sense of being more like a pervert. So he asks about being clumsy, good question. He asks about being clumsy in bed, but then he makes a great joke where he says, I've never had sex, and just kind of laugh it off. But again, sparking polarity, sparking masculine, feminine energy and attraction between the two of them. It's time to be a little bit more playful, and I want you to all start taking some more risks when you're out there in these dating situations. Let's take a look at another clip.
So if we were married, what would you want your husband to be doing when you came home?
I like this question. It didn't even have to be anything really special, but just to come home and have you to like hang out with on the couch. Yeah, just like arms.
Yeah, arms. Even if you've had a stressful day, I just want you to like look at me and be like, I'm just so happy to see him. You brighten up when you see me. That's all I want.
That's exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
This is a great example of asking not only a great question. If you saw my first Love is Blind analysis breakdown with Cameron Hamilton and Lauren Speed, if you haven't checked that out, I highly suggest you go watch that on my YouTube channel as well. But if you haven't seen that, I talk a lot about Cameron asking so many good questions, and this is a great example. I've been showing you more situations of Barnett being humorous or bold, but he also asks fantastic questions that are imagery-driven question as well. So he's saying, when I knock on the door, when we're married, and when I come in, I'm your husband, I knock on the door, I come home from a long day of work, how do you greet me? What does that look like? And you'll notice that this woman here, Jessica, says, oh, when you come home, I'll come hug you. Like, she's talking in the first person as if they're already married. So look how Barnett leading here actually creates the imagery of them assuming that they're married. Let's go into the last and final scene I want to break down for you now.
What's your name?
My name is Diamond,
Diamond? Okay. How you doing, Diamond?
and that's my real name.
I'm just kidding.
I heard it in your voice, like you questioning it.
So which strip club do you work at? I'm kidding.
You know what? I knew you was gonna say that. You trying to lose points. Look, 5 minus 5. Hell no. Barnett,
All right, the reason I show that is because Barnett took it a little too far there. Somebody's name is a really important part of who they are, and I want to show you the difference between being playfully challenging and perhaps being a little too challenging where you can turn someone off. So things like where someone's from, their race, their ethnicity, things like that, even their job, their occupation, their income level, things like this, you want to be very careful of not to poke fun at, especially earlier on in the dynamic. I think this was this first date with this woman, Diamond, here, and the way he said her name and then he compared her to being a stripper was, in my opinion, too far. Now, I don't think it's something that you're totally lost, but you have to make sure to go from challenging way back to being very playful and warm and accepting. So he probably could have salvaged that situation if he wanted to, but I want you guys to just see an example of him going a little too far and pushing someone away. So to recap, how to create attraction with romantic partners instantly, own up to your embarrassing situations, don't be afraid to poke fun at yourself, give authentic compliments when necessary, cultivate your sense of humor, be bold and take risks, ask great questions, and make sure to be playfully challenging and not just straight up challenging, and don't take it too far. I'm Brendan Burns, and thanks for watching another one of my videos. Make sure to hit that subscribe button now for access to all my new videos. And if you haven't already, get on top of the Brendan Burns Show. This is my podcast in Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button on the podcast app. But also, please leave me a podcast review. This helps me get found more and gets bigger guests on the show. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.